Yeah, I can see the washing hanging in the annex.
Are you ready to scramble?
Such a challenge. I take a few races, then I thought, nah, better not. Just in case I get caught. Does this count as a ticket in heavy machinery?
Hi everyone, we're staying at the Lake Colac Holiday Park, which is right on the banks of Lake Colac. And it's a really beautiful little park. It's in Colac is sort of to the west of Melbourne. It's to the north of Lawn, which is on the Great Ocean Road. It's near a whole pile of sort of things that we want to go and look at. There's waterfall walks and all sorts of things which we're going to do over the next week or so. We booked in here for a week. It looks like we may have to stay for nearly 2 weeks to be able to get everything done. Today we're going to go out to that mountain out there in the distance, which is Red Rock. It's an old volcanic region. They're dormant, not extinct, and yeah, well, hopefully they'll stay extinct or dormant while we're here. So we've come for a walk out to
Red Rock,
which is on the rim of an dormant volcano.
Oh, let's hope it doesn't get any ideas while we're standing on top of it.
Yeah. So here we are standing on the rim of old volcanoes. We can see crater lakes down there. There's another one over there. That's Lake Colac in the distance, and our caravan park is probably just about there somewhere. Yeah, what a pretty area. You can see the flat ground around with the occasional little volcanic peaks. This area was active only 20,000 years ago. So
yeah, a bit like up north.
Yeah, the local inhabitants would have actually seen volcanoes.
Yeah.
We're actually overlooking a local football game going on down there. And apparently the football ground actually slopes away. When they play cricket there, they like to play cricket there because they belt the ball and it'll just keep on rolling for miles. Yeah, so we're standing on the very edge of this volcano, and you can see this stuff that's been spraying out of the volcano many years ago. So standing here 20-something thousand years ago, you would have been showered in molten rock.
So where's the one she was telling us looks like an elephant?
I think that might be it over there.
An elephant to me.
I don't know. Hang on.
Looks like an elephant lying down. Just over there.
Oh yeah, up around
so
about...
you can see his back and his head.
There.
Yeah. Mount Elephant.
Does look like an elephant.
And the lake out the front here is
Karangamite.
Yeah. And the lake behind us is Colac Lake, where we're in the caravan park.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the sign tells us that they've identified around about 40 or so volcanic vents, just like this one here. And that one there. And that one there. There's another one over there. Yeah, they're just dotted all around the landscape here. Oh look, we can see our caravan.
Yeah, I can see the washing hanging in the annex.
After visiting Red Rock, we decided to try and find some little back roads somewhere, especially through an old lava field here. You can see around the place that farmers have built little rock walls and all fences out of the lava rocks that they just find lying around the paddocks.
It'd be like, what are you taking a photo of my cows for? They're not taking photos of your cows, mate. We're taking photos of your wall.
Yeah, the local farmers use a lot of the old volcanic rock to make these little walls. Looks almost like an English countryside, doesn't it?
Yeah, an English countryside wall.
So we're actually pulled up along the side of Lake Corangamite. I'll just have a look around here. That's a big salt lake. And that'll fill up from time to time. I suppose it fills up right up to here when it's wet. So then it was off to Mount Elephant. We've come across this section and it looks like we've got to watch out for zombies.
Yeah, it's the Cressy Bridge.
Cressy Bridge, it's an old bridge. Looks like the scene from The Walking Dead. But yeah, there's a perfectly good new bridge just built there. But this is the old bridge. Built, when was it?
1834.
Yeah.
Completely destroyed by fire in the early 1900s and then was rebuilt again. And then it was taken out of commission in 1996.
Yeah. And why do they call it Mount Elephant? Well, when you look at it, it actually looks a bit like an elephant lying down. We turn off the road into the driveway up to the visitor centre. It's a gold coin donation to go up and walk up to the actual crater rim. As we drove here, there's all sorts of volcanic areas that you can see. So the rocks have been used as fences.
Yeah, walls.
Yeah, walls. They've built walls around all the paddocks instead of barbed wire. And I'd imagine they're fairly old. Some of them look like they're starting to fall down a little bit. There's all sorts of lakes around this area and yeah, and farms and of course rich volcanic soil.
And beautiful old houses which I'd like to go and look in and buy one. Bit of a slope.
Going well, love.
Yeah, oh, yeah. It's very steep.
Nearly up the top of the first bit. Apparently it gets a little bit steepy yet too.
How do you get through here?
Here's the gate. And we're still only part way up.
I don't know whether we'll make the next way up.
Yeah, it's up there.
It's up there.
So you can get an idea of the size if you can see that bloke just above my finger there.
Way up in the distance.
Way up there. That's where we're going.
Yeah, that's where we hope to go. This is scrubbly.
Yes, it is a bit scrubbly, isn't it?
Mm.
I can see why he said walk up this way rather than come down this way.
Yeah.
And this is one of the steepest parts.
I'm not let you go in front of me because I need to walk where you are.
Okay.
What would you say?
It's the inner part of the crater. So up on top of the hill there is a trig point. A bit similar to what we saw on the top of the Blue Rag Range.
That's right.
Yeah, and it'll be one of the high spots on the countryside where they can look right across. They can probably see the Blue Rag Range track from here, I reckon. It's up high.
That's like the colours of the roof of the lava tubes.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
There's probably bits of sulphur and all sorts of stuff in there. So this scoria is what's been ejected out of the middle of the volcano, and of course it comes flopping all around. Yeah, you sort of wouldn't want to be standing right here when that was going off.
Down the other way.
Yeah, and the other way. So the walking track does deteriorate somewhat. Now we just found a jolly jumbuck.
Oh, this is going to be a bit of a hike. Well, are you ready to scramble?
Are you ready to scramble?
Yeah. Right, a bit further, Cole, look.
Yeah,
Maybe a tad.
just a bit further. Maybe a lot further.
Whoa. Wow.
Well, that's the steepest part of the,
Oh, God, I hope
the
so.
track, I think.
Oh, my goodness. Whoa. Well, that is a challenge. Such a challenge.
So there's Colac down over there somewhere where caravan is. It's just awesome looking out across all the sheep farm, there's cattle, there's all sorts of things down here. Wetland for a little
For
bit.
a little while, yeah. So we can catch our breath. Like it.
Yeah.
I'm a liking that rock.
That's a beauty. It's just a bit windy.
I don't want to lose my hat. And the breeze is just getting a little bit chilly.
So all these rocks scattered around here would have been thrown out of the volcano, and of course they go miles up, or quite a distance up into the air, and then come down and splatter on the ground. And in some rocks you can actually see a bit of that splatter pattern as they hit while they're still molten. We actually saw that in Vanuatu when we were there. We climbed up a volcano very similar to this one, which was actually going off, and if I can dig out the old footage from many years ago, I'll stick it on a YouTube someday.
That's great. You can see that guy, he's just down the bottom now.
Oh yeah. And I think we finally made it to the top.
We did the lava tubes up
Yeah, I was going to say, water ran out about where you come into the crater.
And now we've got to get down again. Yeah. Well, that's the track we came up on. And up along around the rim of the crater. Up to the trig point up there. And now we're going back down this way.
Now, the man did say, Chris, at the information booth said that later on it gets really, really steep, and he said you can slide down if you want to.
Yoo-hoo!
Yeah.
Let's go! I don't know if that's quite what he meant.
Maybe it means you're going to slip down.
This is a chunk of the lava that gets spat out of that cone. And if you look really hard, you'll see all of these little bubbles in there. And that's just bubbles of gas inside the molten rock before it gets hurled out of the volcano and lands somewhere up there.
So much easier way to walk down than the other side.
Yeah.
That'd be scary walking down that gravel.
Yeah, up that scrumbly bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is at least sort of somewhat civilised, I suppose. A grassy path. I can see 2 tyre tracks here, so they do bring people up if you can't make it up for one reason or another. You can organise to be brought up here, probably in a 4-wheel drive, I should imagine. But yeah, it'll be a fun drive anyway.
Yeah, it would be.
So this is down inside the actual crater. And there's that gap down there where the lava would have flowed out. You can see the steep sides where the lava's blown up into the air and just scattered the little rocks all over the place and built up this big scoria cone out of the rubble. Time for a break?
Time for a break and usually behind a bit of water. We're still going to walk all the way back yet. What an amazing walk. Well worth doing. And it's only a gold coin donation. You just got to make sure you got one of these, a good pair of these, and a bit of stamina. Okay. And if you've got bad knees, go get them replaced. Then you can do this stuff.
A fly just crawled across the screen. Right across the middle of it.
You know, Col, it's not every day that you sit in a volcano crater eating muesli bars.
I suppose not. Not something you do every day.
Not every day.
Maybe every second day.
At the moment. I reckon this would be a pretty gnarly part to walk down myself.
Yeah, this is a little bit scrumbly. This is where all the kids go sliding.
Oh, I'd say so.
So we will just take it slow.
We certainly will. It's pretty steep.
Well, we're finally down the bottom again, back to the car.
Of Elephant Mountain.
Of Elephant Mountain.
Wow, that was one heck of a walk.
Yeah.
But the scenery, the views, the challenge of it was
just
wonderful.
Awesome, yeah. If you're down this way, put it on your bucket list. It's another thing you got to tick off. It's
fabulous.
Yeah.
It's only open on Sundays, 1 till 4.
And it's a gold coin donation too.
We gave a few gold coins.
Yeah.
So yeah, we really loved it.
Really well worth it, and it's just looked after by volunteers who use that cash to help pay for weeding and stuff like that. Well, we're in Victoria. It's about nearly 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's still foggy. Yesterday it was as clear as, but as they say in Victoria, you know, if you don't like the weather, just wait an hour or two. Been waiting a few hours with this one, but glad we went out walking yesterday. So today I think is going to be a bit of a caravan day today. So we might take a walk just around the botanical gardens right next to the Colac holiday park.
I found the mosaics on the foreshore and they are very nice. These are all the different birds depicted here that are around here, and the big snakes, because there's signs everywhere warning you about snakes. And then the big leaves shapes here are just the different, I guess that's the contour of the land, that's the different...
That's the gum leaf.
The gum leaf, yeah. And then they've got the red rock. This one on the end's about the red rock volcano contours. All done by the Indigenous artists locally, and it's really good. And they've carved seats out of iron bark, was it?
Cypress pine.
Cypress pine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very nice. Well done.
So we've just come from the caravan park on a little short walk, and we're right next to the botanical gardens.
they're big. They've got all the different oak trees named in here.
Oh, yeah.
And the tree that was out at Dargo, I found in here.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Europe, South African, English oak. That's an English oak. This one is a different type of bark or trunk, and this is a pink flowering marri, a rosea, Western Australian. It's lovely, isn't it?
As you walk around the botanical gardens here, they've got little name plaques on all the trees. So all the trees have names. This one's John.
Oh, don't be an idiot. This one actually is
Yeah, say that one.
golden witch elm.
There you go.
A Monterey cypress from Western California.
Hmm.
You could just see like chipmunks running around up there, couldn't you? That's huge.
What's that say?
That says a honey locust. This one says a ruby lace. Same botanical name.
Mm.
Geldicea tricathos. Afraid I don't know.
No. You like trees, but not enough
I like
to know
trees.
the names.
I don't understand the botanical names, and I don't really see any point to them. I suppose some nerdy scientist person will tell me, oh, you have to have botanical names. They smell divine. They smell divine, Cole. Oh, gosh, they smell nice.
Yeah,
They smell beautiful. I like the purple ones. They're just beautiful.
let's have a look.
All the purple roses. Isn't that gorgeous? And they smell lovely. Have a sniff. Oh, don't. Honestly,
Wow.
you are so lucky that I put up with your nonsense.
Yep.
These are beautiful too. This is almost like the peace rose, but it's not the peace rose. Oh, that is like chocolate, that is. To your, yeah,
Bit
to your
different.
senses. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
I wanted to cut some the other night while I was here and there was no one here. I went, I'd take a few roses. But then I thought, nah, better not.
Then
Just in case I get caught. Norfolk pine.
Norfolk Island pine, yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful, eh? And then there's this big
And a cannon.
one.
Okay, let's have a look at this.
1862.
1862.
Yeah, it was made.
Ooh, look at that.
It's got the fancy queenie kingy thing on it. Do you know, Cole, this gun was acquired from the Commonwealth by the Colac Shire Council in 1904. Was part of the armament of the HMVS Nelson, training ship of Victoria's colonial navy from 1867. It was mounted on a traditional wooden truck-type carriage. Cast in 1862 as a smooth bore muzzle loading gun firing 32 pound or 14.5 kilogram round shot. It was modified in 1867 into a rifled Palsia gun by the insertion of a wrought iron rifle tube into the barrel. It then fired 64-pound shells. It was fired 51 times.
Wonder who at?
I don't know. Only kids would love, little girls would love that. Come into my little house. Have a seat at the table. Let's sit at the table.
Yeah, look at this, yeah.
Isn't it gorgeous? The kids would love this. This is so cool.
That must be the bedroom.
Yeah.
I suppose we're in the kitchen, are we?
Yeah, I think we might be in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yep. Little girls would soon have it sorted, I can tell you right now.
And does that
More
mean the
little
boys
boys.
are taken care of because they got a boat down there?
And little boys, we shouldn't be gender Pacific. We're going to be getting ourselves into a lot of trouble here. Hey, I'm going to have a go on this. Okay, let's do this.
Oh, this looks like fun.
Okay.
Spin it around and dump it elsewhere.
Woohoo! Look at that, eh? Does this count as a ticket in heavy machinery? Can I get a job now? How cool is that? Oh my gosh! I should have one of these parks for adults. Haven't seen one of these since my brownie guide days. There used to be a little brownie guide circle with the mushrooms.
We're going to have a go?
I'm going to have a go, but I'm going to not go fast.
Okay.
You're not allowed to push me around like a lunatic. I haven't been on one of these for years because I get dizzy really easily. No, Cole, that's enough. Not too much because I get really dizzy. Whoa! We're finally in a non-nanny state. We're allowed to have a merry-go-round. I got to get off. See, I'm going all dizzy.
Okay. I've got to see if I can get off now. There you go.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was awesome.
Old people's brains. They just don't stop spinning easily.
So all of this is just at the very entrance of the Lake Colac holiday park.
Yeah. Which is about to get a big revamp. G'day Parks has taken it over. And they're going to renew all the amenities and put in slabs and do all sorts of things. So it's going to be a nice place to come and visit because you're between the bird reserve and the lakes at the front of you, and then you've got this beautiful botanical gardens with all this great stuff for kids to play on right beside it. Yeah. And the town is a really nice town.
Yeah, there's a Woolies, a Coles,
and an Aldi,
an Aldi, yeah.
All the junk shops.
All the big shops that you need.
Heaps of op shops for those like me who can't help themselves. Yeah, it's a really good little town. It's great to base yourself here and do the Great Ocean Road. You can do the Elephant Mountain Crater Walk. Yeah. You can go to the Otway National Park and also the Otway waterfalls and the Otway suspended bridge, suspended walk, and also they've got a zip line. Now we're a little bit too old for zip lines, unfortunately. My brain says yeah, let's go do it, but my body's going just you dare. Wrap this one up here. Thanks for watching. Please share and like and subscribe if you want to, and also comment. That'd be lovely. Next video we're going to be based at Colac, and we will be doing the Great Ocean Road and the Otway National Park. Come with us to see all the exciting adventures around the waterfalls. Bye for now. Nanny Rose is going to go and drive through Nolan's. Bananas!